Hello guys, today I want us to do a quick review of this 2020 Toyota Yaris, and this car is out here to try and destabilize the popularity of a Mazda Demio because Toyota Vitz imeshindwa kufanya kazi. Mazda Demio is threatening the market to a point that Toyota has to have other cars to come in, help them regain their influence. Remember kitambo Toyota ilikuwa wenye kusema in the market, but right now Mazda is trending here in Kenya, especially Mazda Demio, and now that Mazda 2 imeingia tena, it's another threat to Toyota. And honestly, Mazdas are selling pretty well. Mazda CX-5, Mazda 3, Mazda Demio, and Mazda 2. Those are the top sellers so far. And I think it all comes down to quality that you get in a car that will determine what your clients are going for. For example, that is a 2019 Mazda CX-5. Imeuza tu sahi. Their clients checking everything inside there. So yeah, guys, Mazda is trying to do much, and it's not actually trying to do much. Most people right now are buying Mazda because of the practicality, because of the value that you get out of it. Now, this is a 2019 model, and this is arguably one of the best hatchbacks that you can get. There is a higher trim of this car, which is the Toyota Yaris Sport, which is a bit more focused on performance than anything else. But this one here is more focused on practicality, reliability, and better fuel economy, or I can say excellent fuel economy, because with this car you can get 15 to 20 kilometers per liter, depending on the engine type that you get inside there. Now, this car is according to me, it's not the best, but also it's a very, very good, reliable vehicle. And if you check the interior, I don't know how you'll react to this. It's it looks a bit basic, but what I can say also, it's a basic car. So it's not a luxury vehicle, so you don't expect to have all the luxury features. And generally, this is what you get. We'll get back in here and talk about all the other things. But for now, let us see. Will this live up to the task of trying to compete with the likes of the Mazda Demio? And also, considering the price tag on this, I think Mazda Demio or Mazda 2 will still have an edge over this, but it still comes down to the personal preference, because I know watu wengi Kenya, they are used to Toyota, because what I can say is that almost 60% of the cars in the showroom are Toyotas, 30% Mazda, and then the other 10% it's shared by Honda and maybe Nissan or a few others. First things first, if you're interested in this car, this is a 2020 model, and the asking price in this showroom is 1.65 million shillings. I've seen other showrooms asking for 1.8 million. I've seen other showrooms for the Yaris Sport, they are going all the way to 2.2 million shillings. But today, for this, hapa nimeambia 1.8 million shillings, but I know we can get the same vehicle at 1.65 million shillings. So that is the price for this unit. Now, this car has a very good engine. It's quite robust. It has a 1.5 liter 3-cylinder petrol engine that gives you a total of 106 horsepower, and you get up a total of around 110 Newton meters of torque, which is quite low, but for a car of this size, it is something that you'd expect. Gari ndogo, you get smaller power. Remember, the car has no turbo, and all that power is sent through the front wheels via CVT transmission. The other trims, depending on the trim and the market, kuna CVT, of which this one is a CVT, kuna automatic transmission, and of course you also get manual transmission. But the most popular one is CVT and the manual transmissions, for those of you who love sporty handling. Average fuel economy, tumesema on a good day you'll get 15, or on a bad day you'll get 15 kilometers per liter. On a good day you might even get up to 20 kilometers per liter. And that again depends on the type of engine that you will get inside there. So let us check out what is the type of engine that we have here. And usually for Toyota, that nameplate is patched somewhere here on the left door. Yeah, so you get the M15A FKS 1.5 liter naturally aspirated petrol engine. Okay, so this is quite good. It's arguably one of the best engines in terms of reliability and fuel economy, and in that case, this is what we are out here to see today. So first things first, if you are new to this channel, make sure you leave a comment, like and share, and best of all, subscribe to Wadeke Auto Trading, because this is what we do on a daily basis. We give you showroom walkarounds to show you what is happening in the showroom. We do car reviews, and also we do scouting for you. So if you need a certain vehicle and you want some scouting done for you, or you need us to get more information on a certain vehicle for you, that is primarily what we do. Now we start from the front side. From the design that you're seeing there, this is clearly a hatchback. It's a compact hatchback actually, and this car is focused more on practicality, reliability and fuel economy. I've done a very good comparison of this car with the Mazda Demio, which is a bit more sporty. It's a bit more tech focused, and it's a modern vehicle. But for this, Toyota still wants to maintain the reliability and the practicality. So tukianza na hapa mbele, you have the new Toyota grille, which Toyota walibadilisha the design of their cars. In almost all the new cars, the grille kind of looks different. It kind of looks large. I believe that is to make the car look a bit different from the old versions, and also to allow a good airflow into the engine bay. For this unit, you have your main projector headlight sitting right there, and it comes with your parking light on top, and on the bottom you have your turn signal, which still utilizes the bulb technology, which is still very relevant as of now. Down there, I know most of you would expect to have fog lights on it, but this is an entry-level grade, so you don't expect it to have so many features. So no fog lights on this. And also on the front side there, you notice that there is no front-facing camera. So this car only comes with a rear-facing camera, which is not the best. It's not bad actually, but it's some of the things that you usually get in a vehicle depending on the trim that you choose. Of course, there's a trim which has all the features that you need, while there's this lower trim which is a bit more cheaper. Remember I said there's a 1.65 million shillings, and I said some other showroom are asking for 1.8 million shillings. So depending on the features that you go for, the price will be matched according to those features. Starting with the wheels, this car has this one comes with winter wheels. Remember, this car is from Japan, and with Japan they do experience winter climate, so at times they also get snow, and these tires are perfect for them. But in a tropical country like Kenya, where we don't get snow and all that, these might not be the perfect tires for the Kenyan highways, especially on a rainy day. So if you're going to get a car like this, the first thing that you'll need to do is to change the tires to go for the normal highway tires, or you can go for the all-terrain tires, or if you're planning to do some off-roading stuff, then you can go for the mud grip tires, which are absolutely amazing. On this side, you have some nice alloys. These are aftermarket alloys. These are 15 inches in size. For the highest trims, you get a bit of around 16 inches of wheel size. Okay, so that is pretty good. In terms of the suspensions, with almost all the cars, the front side is usually it has the McPherson strut suspension with coil and springs, but for the high-end vehicles, they usually go for air suspensions with double wishbone, at least for better handling and better performance. On the side view of the car, you get an average of 15.5 centimeters of ground clearance, which might not be the best for the Kenyan off-road setup, but for the highways, this is still very good. It will do, but of course you'll have to be very, very wary and careful of where you're driving. Kama utaenda ushago, you might need to lift the suspensions kidogo to give you better ground clearance, or you go for larger tires. So ukiangalia pale chini, it's not bad, but it's not the ideal amount of clearance that you need. On the side mirrors, this is basically what you get. No blind spot monitoring system, LED turn signals over there, keyless entry. As soon as you have your key in close proximity, you can actually access the interior of the car easily. As you come to the rear side, this is typically what you get. It's nicely done. I think the rear side looks to be a bit higher than the front side, which translates into larger capacity, and in this case I'm talking about the headroom, and maybe the legroom always goes with the length, so in this case I'm talking about larger cargo space, and of course you have better headroom, especially for tall individuals. Remember, huku Kenya most of us are not very tall, but if you are 6 foot kwenda mbele, you might be in trouble with such kind of cars. So you have your aerial fin on top, no spoiler on this, wiper for the rear side, taillights, which are a mix of LED and bulb also, and this one looks unfinished to me. I think I don't know, they run short of the products or what, because all this is plastic, starting all the way from this hapa, all that is plastic to the other side. But for the Toyota Yaris Sport, kila kitu imesukwa vizuri. Yeah, so I think hapo waliamua acha tufinye vitu zingine. Large rear bumper, all plastic, brake light pale, reflectors here and there. And when it comes to the wheels, you get the same size wheels, same size alloys. But when it comes to the brakes, you have drum brakes over here. And in terms of the suspension, you get the torsion beam suspension system, which is a bit more durable but not very comfortable. But for a car like this, of which mambo ya saving on the production cost, that is what you'll get, torsion beam suspension system. For the higher trims, you might get multi-link, which is a bit more rare in smaller cars like this. So if you're still watching the video at this point, make sure to subscribe, like and share, and yeah, send it to your friends so that at least they also get to know what is happening in the market. If you're planning to visit Ushago and you're planning on raiding them, huko wale wase kwenda Ushago mnatoka mmebeba kila kitu, hadi food yao ya sapa, like you don't leave anything, chicken, everything mmebeba. This car would be itakupatia some adequate space but not the best. Hapa naona iko inaweza kupatia up to 450 liters of space, and then of course on the sides uko na a few accessories hapo. Huku kwingine there is nothing much. Huku chini ndio unapata your pressure pump and maybe a few other things, but other than that you have this space. So yeah, I'm getting the space around 450 liters, which is for daily use, for practicality, and for a car of this size, that is the kind of space that you'd expect. In some other cars hata unapata to as low as 350 liters of space. So this one I can say it is pretty good. Now acha tuingie ndani tuangalie the interior, because hapo ndio mali you guys want to see. You want to see how the interior of this unit looks like. Is it practical? Is it Toyota inawanyorosha ama everything is just fine? So let us jump in and see what happens. Alright, so starting from the door, this is typically what you get. Of course, from what you're seeing here, you'd expect nothing futuristic, nothing luxurious. You just get the plain, simple styling from a low-grade car. Plastic upper, and this is just some plastic material also. You can clearly see that this plastic power door controls, door bins over there, and of course you get your speaker. Other than that, there's nothing that you'd expect there. Now the cockpit looks a bit different from what you're used to. At least it looks a bit more stylish than what you get in a Toyota Vitz. But if you try to compare it to other modern cars, I think this kidogo bado. When it comes to the quality of the seats are not the best in this case. For me, these are not the best seats, but in terms of comfort, even though it doesn't look good, in terms of comfortability, kidogo, it's a bit more comfortable, and it's okay. And then on this side you get headrest and you may fuse together with the seat, so it looks very, very weird. The seats are manually adjustable. That is something that you'd expect all day long. Once you sit inside here, this is typically what you get. You get a mix of modern features with old stuff, and so that tuache hiyo sauti, I'll have to close this door, so I'll start with this side. There's another speaker there, air vents over here, and you get your poverty buttons, controls for the headlights, and of course you can switch on this button to ensure that the headlights remains adaptive. Okay, ikisense some bit of darkness, kata zitajiwasha sawa. Now as you sit inside here, the space is a bit crampy, but mimi ni mwili ndogo bana, so this is very adequate for me. I know some other guys like Derek, my cameraman, haizitosha hapa vizuri, especially miguu kubwa kubwa hivi. I think the legs usually comes to this side. Those are big humans bana. So if you're a big size, what word should I use ndio isikue offensive? Is it large? Are people large or big? Anyway, story for another day. Now you have this steering wheel here, nothing fancy on it. Iko tu sawa. SRS airbags, adaptive cruise control on this, which is actually a very good feature on this car. Controls for the infotainment system, controls for headlights, kuja for the wipers and all that. And then of course you have Your digital clusters. This car is fully digital because the 2020 model. You get your RPM meter and it show you whether the car is in park, neutral, reverse and all that. For the lightings and all the other things, come traction control, lane departure assist, nini, it will show up on the top side. Hapa chini you have digital clusters. It will show you lane departure, it will show mambo ya cruise control, all the other things, even though they are in Japanese, but it's fine. Kama kutakuwa na check engine light itatokea kama hiyo. And then of course on this side, this is the speedometer, the engine oil temperatures, and also the fuel gauge monitor is on that side. So other than that, it looks good, even though it's not the most futuristic. Inakupatia ile vibes ya Suzuki Swift. Suzuki Swift usually likes using circular stuff almost everywhere, and this Toyota inatupatia such kind of vibes. Here at the center, this is how the game changes. This is a bit different. You get a large infotainment system, something that is is usually not very available in the likes of Toyota Vitz and the likes of Mazda Demio. This one looks large. It's a large infotainment system. It looks modern enough. You have your home button over there, menu, audio, map and all that. Even though it's not responsive, I don't know, should I switch on the car, do you respond? So of course unaangalia venye iko na a lot of delay. It's picking something that I pressed 5 days ago. Channel, you can track, you can connect it to your phone using this, you can connect na Bluetooth and all that, and several other things. Your hazard button, air vents on this side. Hapa chini uko na storage space for maybe your phone. Yeah, if you're driving, you just put your phone there. Push to start button, which is of course for a modern car inakuja na hiyo. Centralized AC controls, which is pretty amazing. I think I like this. Kila kitu hapa iko sawa kabisa, and of course the display is really good. Okay, now hapa chini you have your USB ports, and I think some other things should have been here. I think there are a number of things missing on this side. Additional space for you, 12-volt output also on that side, gear shifter for your CVT transmission, and of course as you head down here you have your driving mode select, and of course you get your traction control button. So basically those are some of the things that you get here. Manual handbrake, 2 cup holders, and of course on the rear side you have additional space. For practicality, you get wamekupatia storage space hapa, storage space hapa, storage space hapa, storage space on this side, and of course you still get a large glove compartment. So for this Toyota, everything looks perfect. Huku kwingine everything looks good. Of course the seat iko hapa. I thought the seat would not be very comfortable, but if any discomfort may be minor, but for long distance kidogo you'll need to have to take breaks ndio ufike mahali unaenda. Digital rear view mirror, lighting for the interior, it's a bit dull, not the most brightest. Hizi kidogo zinanikalia underpowered, but because it goes down to the size of the battery of the vehicle. Other than that, everything else looks amazing. So now let us jump into the rear side of the vehicle and let's see what is happening there. Okay, so just like the driver's door, there is nothing fancy on this. You only get one button and another door lock there. Other than that, everything else is okay. And then of course from the rear seats, this is where you live upande mahali unakaa. So hii ni gari ya Uber ama a small personal car. Maybe you have kids wawili watatu, your spouse ama mama anaweza kaa hapo akawapeleka around, watoto wakiwa kicheza huku nyuma. Yeah, so for kids the space is very adequate, but for adults the speeds might be a bit crampy. Yes, that one, I'll be very honest. And if 3 people are planning to sit huku nyuma, we are sorry, because it might not be very adequate for 3. But if you're lean, ama small size kama mimi, this is perfect for you guys. Okay, yeah. And then of course ukiwa hapa nyuma, that is what you get to see. So guys, for practicality, the car is very practical, but there are some other things that of course you will sacrifice, vitu kama legroom, vitu kama ground clearance and all that. But generally the car is actually amazing. It's a very good car for a start. Ama kama unataka kuanza life and you don't want to venture into the Mazda way, utaki kuangalia the Peugeot 208, utaki Nissan Note, utaki Suzuki Swift, and you have this as your last alternative, with me I have no complaints about it. It's a car that tutakaa nayo for so long. It's reliable, it's very practical, and also in terms of fuel economy it is perfect. Ukitaka kuangalia mambo ya spares and the resale value, the spares for Toyota cars in Kenya, they are available almost everywhere. almost every city or every main city in Kenya has spare parts for Toyota, because these are cars which shares most of the parts. Yeah, these are cars that have been in the Kenyan market for the longest time possible. The mechanics are very well conversant with these vehicles, so wanazijua inside out. And also, if you need to sell this car after some years, you still get some very good resale value, because this is simply a Toyota. So guys, I think this is the end of the video. Make sure you like, share and subscribe, and maybe you can tell me in the comment section which car you'd want to see in my next video. Thank you so much, and see you in the next one.